One of the biggest problems in modern dating is the lack of open-mindedness, the lack of understanding, and the cancel culture. Learn to read moods and respond effectively, build lasting male female relationships, get what you need without seeming to nag or bully, communicate difficult feelings, avoid the pain of arguments, understand your partner, colleagues, or friends better than ever, is what it says on the back of the book. My friend had literally made notes in her book. This is how useful this book is. Hello everyone, welcome back to Halo Heart. My name is Niti. I'm a dating coach and today we're talking about this book. Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray, and this is a transformational book. It has been around for a while and it continues to be super relevant after several years of being published. It continues to be sold in bookstores today and it's sold over 15 million copies worldwide with good reason. I am not getting paid to talk about this book, but I think it is so useful. It has taught me so much and I want to share my biggest takeaways with you. I want to start off by saying that this book is super relevant to not just heterosexual relationships. This book is an understanding of fellow human beings. This book is an understanding of what your partner, your parent, your sibling may be like. This book is just phenomenal. So the whole idea of this book is that men and women are from two different planets. We don't know what life on the other planet is like. So one of my biggest takeaways from the book has been that men are super solution oriented and women want to be heard. They want to be listened and they want to be understood. The way men show care is by offering solutions, and that is not oftentimes what women want. Women need to understand that when a man offers her a solution, it's not that he is not validating what she is feeling. He is offering up a solution because he cares. It's what he knows is the most effective thing to do in that moment. Another big takeaway is about needing quiet time. Some people need time away to recharge, and that is completely okay. Each of us has different times where we crave intimacy and we want to be left alone. So this book describes men as rubber bands because they pull away and they come back really quickly. They pull away and they come back quickly. Not quickly as in time, but when it happens in a snapshot. It's not that he will not be away for a while, but when he comes back, it will be like nothing ever changed. That's what the principle of men are like rubber bands is about. And oh wow, it's pretty damn accurate. Men are like rubber bands, women are like waves. Women Are Like Waves talks about the self-esteem of women rising and falling being a very normal thing. And it's naturally likely to bounce back up and down every now and then. This book also emphasizes the power of communication and the power of writing. There is a whole chapter dedicated to writing love letters, and this is to do with after a fight or after an argument or after a feeling of discomfort has risen, whether it's from one partner or both. And this is so useful because sometimes we forget that speaking is not the only form of communication, and a lot of communication these days does happen over text and other modes of technology, but having a set structure in a way to format your love letter is also something that John shares in this book. I say John like he's my friend, but the point is, lol, I forgot. The point is there is a clear structure to write out a love letter to resolve the conflict. There is a love letter and there is also a response to that, and there are such beautiful methods of communication described in this book. This book helps us figure out how to communicate effectively and understand our partners. It can be supremely useful for someone in a relationship, but also for people at the early stages of dating, where you are just getting to know someone of a different gender, of a different personality, and clear communication is at the heart of it all. There is also the right time to communicate, the wrong time to communicate, and this book helps you pick up on when you're most likely to get the response that you're looking for, if you keep in mind certain things when you communicate. Now, I also got to say that this book is very old and it does need to be read with some caution. There are some things that you might just feel are like, oh my god, this is so stereotypical gender role sort of thing, or just such a backward way of thinking. I'm not gonna wait for my partner to like come out of his cave to be able to communicate with me. I should be able to get the communication I want from my partner when I need it. And that's why it's most effective for both partners to read this book. And it's not at all true that it's not going to help if just one partner reads it. It definitely will. But building that understanding from both sides definitely equals the playing ground, levels the playing field. This book normalizes a lot of cancel-worthy behavior. This book helps us understand why people shouldn't just be cancelled, but this is inherently a difference that someone may have from you and is creating what you may see as cancel-worthy behavior or incompatibility. It's just things to get around, and it'll make the likelihood of a relationship, a healthy relationship, more likely. This book is super empowering because it helps you build a relationship that you want while understanding your partner. This book will literally be the key to building a healthy relationship, but obviously finding that person is a whole other story, and I do help my one-to-one clients with that. This book is, especially the first half, really useful even for people who are dating, and makes two people who have the knowledge from this book a lot more understanding towards each other. One of the biggest problems in modern dating is the lack of open-mindedness, the lack of understanding, and the cancel culture. Like having a little moment that distresses you and then deciding that no, this is not the person I'm supposed to be with, because the person I'm supposed to be with is supposed to not make me feel like this. But the truth is, all healthy relationships have arguments. All healthy relationships do have some level of distress and conflict, but it's just about coming around those things. It's just about learning to manage those things in a way that's fair to both people. It's about learning to understand one another, sympathize with one another, and come up with solutions like solutions suggested in this book that work for each couple. Another massive takeaway for me from this book was the difference in language. We are so sensitive to language, we're so sensitive to communication, and this literally is a game changer. It talks about how when a woman makes a request to a man, or she wants to ask a man for something, she should use the words will you or would you rather than can or could, because this makes any of us actually feel more empowered. When someone says, can you do this? It's like, yeah, of course I can do it. But when you say, will you do it? It's more like you have the decision to do it or not. And it talks about if your partner says no in that moment, how to get around it as well. So there are these really small strategic changes that you can make to massively improve your relationship. change the chances of building a healthy relationship with someone or changing your relationship towards becoming a healthy one or a healthier one. I have already started using principles from this book with my clients, and I have already seen the effects of it in front of my eyes. For anyone who is looking for someone you can build a healthy relationship with, the first half is particularly relevant. And I also have another video on dating apps that could be useful. Follow me on Instagram at haloheart _ and check out my previous video about dating apps. Bye. A woman is like a wave. When she feels loved, her self-esteem rises and falls in a wave motion. When she is feeling really good, her wave will crash down. This crash is temporary. After she reaches the bottom, suddenly her mood will shift and this will